Hello everybody, and thank you very much for joining us today for the HCUC Apprenticeships and Skills Virtual Open Day. My name's Lucy, I'm hosting the session today, and I will be in a moment handing over to my colleagues from the team to give you some more information about the apprenticeships that we offer here at HCUC, Harrow College and Uxbridge College. Just to let you know, we are recording the session, so please if you could keep yourselves on mute. We are today using the chat box for any Q&A that you have, so any questions, just pop them into the chat box and we will pick those up at the end, and hopefully we should be able to answer all of those then. If you do require BSL, we do have colleagues today with us. Debbie and Shani are with us, and so if you do pin them to your screen, then you'll be able to follow all the way through the session today. As we've said, please click your mute button if you haven't done so already, and also press audio to make sure that you can hear everything. That's everything from me, so I'm going to hand over to Candice to take us through. Thank you.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. My name's Candice, and I'm one of the business development consultants for HCUC Apprenticeship and Skills. Thanks for attending this evening. So today we will be going through a few things for our open day. So what is an apprenticeship? The benefits of an apprenticeship, different levels of the apprenticeships that we offer, how the apprenticeships are assessed, what apprenticeships are available at HCUC Apprenticeship and Skills, new online and on-campus apprenticeships, traineeships, type of large corporate and small employers that we work with, a little case study from our apprentices and one of our employers, and also information on how to become an apprentice. So any questions and answers will be done at the end. So what is an apprenticeship? An apprenticeship is a job with a substantial training and the development of transferable skills. It's an easy way for people to learn and earn to become an industry professional with a fantastic future. So what is an apprenticeship? So it's a really good way to gain a qualification and earn a wage at the same time. The apprenticeships are not only for school leavers, so you should be at least 16 and over, but it really is for anyone with any age in order to start an apprenticeship. You'll be working for at least minimum of 30 hours per week and a maximum of 40. You will get a minimum weekly wage of £4.15 an hour. So this does change every April, but some employers do pay a little bit more in terms of what they offer and the type of industry that you'll be in. So you will be based in your own workplace, and you will have at least 20% of your working week studying coming into college. So that could be either 1 to 2 days per week, depending on the qualification that you're interested in. And that will be either delivered over at our Uxbridge or Harrow campuses. Apprenticeships are a minimum of 12 months long. However, it does really sort of depend on the type of subject that you're studying, but also sort of where you are within your starting point. So the benefits, so you might wonder what the benefits are of being an apprentice. I mean, the main one really is to earn a salary. So enjoying sort of the perks of social life and also having obviously some money for essentials is really key. You will be becoming an industry professional as well as sort of gaining a variety of transferable skills. So things such as communication, problem solving and teamwork is something you'll really gain within the workplace. And also you'll gain relevant work experience in a real job. And I think that's really key in sort of giving you an understanding of the type of environment that you'll be in and really giving you that on-job experience. You'll also be working towards a nationally recognised qualification, and these qualifications are actually designed by employers themselves. There's also progression onto higher education, so you'll also progress onto education such as HNC, HND, but also foundation degrees as well. And really advance in your chosen career, so sort of stepping up the career ladder and obviously deciding on what sort of next role is for you. So there's different levels of the apprenticeship standard. So you would first initially start on a level 2, and that's what we call an intermediate apprenticeship. So the level 2s are approximately funded for 12 to 18 months and is equivalent into 5 GCSEs, 4 to 9 or A to C grades. The next you have is what we call an advanced apprenticeship. Predominantly this is at a level 3, so those that would have done an intermediate apprenticeship will then also progress onto an advanced. And for that you'd be looking at funding of about 18 to 48 months on programme, and that's equivalent into 2 A-levels. And then after you've completed your advanced apprenticeship, if you did want to go on to higher and degree apprenticeships, there are now apprenticeships at level 4, 5, 6 and 7, which you'd be looking around about 24 months plus and is equivalent into a foundation degree. So with the level 2, 3 and higher, you would gain your knowledge, competency and employability skills within either of the apprenticeships. So how the apprenticeships are assessed. So all of our apprenticeships have assessor visits. So an assessor would be dedicated to you and they would come out and visit you every 8 to 12 weeks within your workplace. You'll also have a specific workplace mentor that will provide internal specialist support, but then you'll also have someone within the team at the college who'll be able to support you throughout your programme. Most of our apprentices do actually come into college, and that's usually sort of 1 to 2 days per week, really depending on the sector that you're in or working towards. And by the end of it, you are independently assessed via an endpoint assessment. So that's an endpoint assessment organisation. So once you've completed your qualification or near to it, you will have sort of a final exam at the end, really just to see sort of where you were at the beginning to where you are now. They'll also be looking at sort of what type of jobs are you doing at the beginning, which is now sort of changed towards the end of your programme. So I'm not going to read out all of the apprenticeships that we offer, but this is giving you sort of a highlight of what we actually do offer. So really anything ranging from accountancy to childcare. We also do complete hospitality qualifications, engineering, digital marketing, HR, So that there's quite a vast majority of apprenticeships that we offer, as well as sort of engineering and software developing. So we have our new online and on-campus apprenticeships. So HCUC Apprenticeship and Skills have partnered with Mindful Education. So really they offer a really unique platform that's designed to sort of blend online learning as well as classroom sessions. So you'll have sort of video lectures that are approximately 45 minutes, and then what that will enable you to do is kind of access that through your PC, your phone or your laptop, and your college tutors will really sort of reinforce any key learning points that you've done within the classrooms and really embed that through that platform. So the typical areas that we focus for the online and on-campus apprenticeships are accountancy level 2 to 4, operational management level 5, and also team leader level 3. So if you're not quite ready for an apprenticeship, we do offer what we call traineeships. So traineeships is a skills development program that includes a work placement. So approximately you'll be there for about 100 to 240 hours per week, and it's focused for those aged 16 to 23. So if you're sort of near to finding employment but not quite there, there are traineeships which are available to you. And what it will do is really enhance sort of your skills and enhance your confidence within a workplace environment. So it will give you that workplace. We provide support with you for maths and English, and it really gives you that 6 months practical work within the workplace. And by the end of your traineeship, what will happen is you will also have either an exit interview or an apprenticeship interview. So you can also then progress for an apprenticeship if that's the aim that you kind of want to focus on. And those trainees are obviously entitled to benefits such as job seekers allowance. And also from an employer's point of view, they will support you trainees with either travel or lunch costs. So you don't have to sort of worry about sort of traveling to the employer. That's sort of up to them if they're happy to kind of give you that opportunity. But it's a really great opportunity for you to kind of, if you're not quite ready for an apprenticeship, it's really sort of a starting point into kind of getting into it. So I'm now going to hand you over to my colleague Sanjay, who will take you through to the next slides. Thank you.
Thank you, Candice. Hi, everyone. My name is Sanjay. I am one of the recruitment officers based at the Harrow campus. So as you can see here, we've got a list of all of the larger employers that we work with at the moment. So you've got the NHS there, Heathrow, Addison Lee, and also the Harrow Council. Okay, so here we've also got smaller employers that we work with. Just to name a few, we've got Smile Dental Surgery, who work in the dental nursing sector, Dino Plumbing, which is part of the domestic plumbing and heating apprenticeship, and Christchurch Kindergarten as well, who are part of the childcare industry. Okay, so why become an apprentice? It's a great opportunity to build work experience and gain knowledge at the same time within the working environment. In comparison to just being a qualified graduate, which you would do at university, you could have up to 7 more years of work experience. Your apprenticeships at level 3 are equivalent to your 2 A levels, and your apprenticeships at level 2 are equivalent to your GCSEs, grades 4 and above. It's a great way to earn a wage, get a recognized qualification, and another great thing is that you don't build up all of the tuition debts, which you could do at university. Overall, it's a great way to sort of start or recharge your career and can lead to many different pathways and opportunities within a company. Okay, we'd like to play a short video from one of our current business admin apprentices, Sally, who is currently working at Anand Financial Architecture.
Hello, my name is Sally and I am a business admin apprentice. I am completing my apprenticeship through HCUC Apprenticeships and Skills, and I am employed by Anand Financial Architecture, a company based in the financial services industry based in Uxbridge. I love my role as an apprentice and found my forever career. Firstly, I chose to do an apprenticeship as I wanted to gain job experience and continue learning to gain further qualifications while still earning a wage. Personally, I am not someone who enjoys learning from textbooks, but rather from learning things by actually doing them, which is exactly what an apprenticeship is. I found HCUC Apprenticeships and Skills through searching for an apprenticeship online. I applied for a level 3 business admin role, and with their help, support and guidance was able to get an interview and a job very quickly. I've learned many new things on my apprenticeship, and despite working home remotely, have been able to keep good communication with the college and my employer, getting help when I need it. I was settled in well in my role and within the company, and I add value by showing initiative, being organised and improving the efficiency of some of our procedures as part of a project. The team I work with are honestly one of a kind, and I can't thank them enough. They are so supportive and they go above and beyond to make sure I understand my work and have everything I need to successfully complete my apprenticeship. I truly believe I have found my forever career through HCUC Apprenticeships and Skills and at Anand Financial Architecture, and I plan to continue working here for many years to come. I'm also hoping to complete some related financial exams once my apprenticeship is done to further my understanding of the financial services industry. I hope this has helped you to decide if an apprenticeship at HCUC Apprenticeships and Skills is for you, because it was definitely for me. Thank you.
That's great. We'd like to thank Sally for giving us a lovely presentation just about how great her experience was and what it was like being an apprentice day to day. We're also now going to hear from the Managing Director at Anand Financial Architecture.
Hi, my name is Bhupinder Anand. I am Managing Director of Anand Financial Architecture, a firm of independent financial advisors based in Uxbridge. About a year ago, I wanted to expand the team that we have and give an opportunity to a young person to develop a career in financial services. Traditionally, not a very easy business to get into. Sadly, we are full of jargon in what we do, and it's not easy. Being based in Uxbridge, with Uxbridge College nearby, I thought I would have a conversation with them to see if they had any students that might be looking for work. And the opportunity came up to discuss the use of an apprenticeship. And the more I looked into it, the more interesting it became, as it became a method for me to recruit a young person while still allowing them to learn some academic material and apply it into the real world. After interviewing several candidates and agreeing with the college that the level that I was looking for was probably higher than a basic apprenticeship, we agreed to take on Sally Sturgis. Sally has been a revelation in a good way. She has proven that young people do want to work, they do want to learn, and they do want to grow. And in that past year, the work that she's done for the firm has helped develop us, and also, I would like to think, develop her. And working alongside the college and giving her the space and time to do the work that she has to do for the coursework and attending the college has allowed her to blend together the things that she learns from the academic side, from the theoretical side, and apply them to the practical world. And so, for example, the apprenticeship project was something that we had to design, and she's done a fantastic job in creating that. I endorse the apprenticeship program. In particular, this was for a business management or business apprenticeship. And the whole program has been a revelation to me. And I think it's something that all employers should consider. It isn't something that's necessarily, a hands-on type of training, which is what I've traditionally thought, and I think many employers do, it's actually applicable to any business. I've enjoyed the process of being involved, and indeed in further growth for the company, this will be my first port of call in taking on a future apprentice to help to build both our business and to create a career for the right person.
We'd also like to thank Bhupinder Anand for giving us an insight of what it's like from an employer's point of view of taking on an apprentice. Okay, so how do you become an apprentice? Every apprentice has to be employed. We understand that not everybody's going to have a job lined up already. We do have a separate business development team that works with all local employers to kind of gain vacancies and discuss what different apprentices they can take on. Having a very good CV is important. With most vacancies, you won't be the only person applying. So it's really important to give a great first impression when an employer looks at your CV. Achievement of English and Maths GCSEs. For a level 3 apprenticeship, most of them, you will need English and Maths already. If you don't have those, we do offer functional skills classes that do allow you to kind of work on your English and Maths whilst you're on the apprenticeship program. Excellent attendance is also very important, especially when you're in a workplace, and practicing your interview skills. I think that's really important. An interview, you have to give your best impression at an interview to increase your chances of gaining employment. If you'd like to find out more, we've got the contact numbers there. The first one is for our Uxbridge campus, and the second 0208 number is for our Harrow campus. You can always send us an email with a copy of your CV attached at apprenticeships@hcuc.ac.uk. You can also always have a look at our website to see what live vacancies are currently available and see what the entry requirements are for that job.
So thank you very much to Sanjay and Candice for the presentation today, and I hope that you've found some useful information about the apprenticeships and the traineeships that we offer. Just throwing open now for some Q&A. So if you haven't already asked a question and you do want to ask something, do just pop that into the chat box, and I'll pick those up and share with the team, and we can get those answered. So the first question that's come through is, if I don't get a pass, can I still do an apprenticeship?
Yeah, so with the apprenticeships, it kind of just depends on what level you're applying for. If, let's say, for example, you've passed Maths, but you haven't passed English, it will depend on the level of the apprenticeship. For example, if you wanted to do business admin at level 3, but you don't have English and Maths, we do offer customer services at level 2, which is quite a similar apprenticeship, also allowing you to do your functional skills for the one that you are requiring. And then there's always the opportunity to move on to level 3 afterwards.
Just wanted to add on that. So we do offer, as I mentioned in the slides, we do offer traineeships. So that could be a pathway if you don't feel that you got the right grade. There is an opportunity for you to sort of look at doing a traineeship, which will improve in your Maths and your English. And that's obviously a start of progression, which would lead you on to an apprenticeship.
Thank you for that. One of the questions we've had is about a very specific apprenticeship. Do we offer a level 3 trained driver apprenticeship? I understand that we don't offer that. I don't know whether or not the team have any thoughts about other options that might be suitable for somebody who's looking to become a trained driver, whether or not there's anything else that might be helpful.
Yeah, hello, it's Barry here. Strangely enough, a friend of mine has just gone through train driving, and you have to go through the train companies themselves. Because of the complexity of train driving, and it takes around about 15 months to train you to become a train driver.
So in terms of, Barry, would another apprenticeship in engineering, would that be of any use? Or
if you're going to become a driver, probably not. Train drivers are particularly a train driving situation is typically difficult to get. The reason I say that is because of my friend around where I live has been on the course for 12 months so far. He's got about another 3 to 6 months to do on the course. But it's notoriously difficult to get a train driving job. But going back to the question, I don't know if anybody does a train driving apprenticeship. I've never heard of one, and I don't think there's one on the standard list.
Could I just come in? This is Harpal, Head of Apprenticeships and Skills. I think what I would advise is maybe come in and see us and talk through your options and have a look at the apprenticeships that we offer. I mean, we don't offer the ones that you're interested in, but we're quite happy to discuss the engineering or any of those others that might interest you, providing you meet the entry requirements.
Yes, that's great. Just to echo what Harpal said, if there is anything that anybody would like to talk about further, the contact numbers are on the screen and the email address is on the screen. So do get in touch. We'd be really pleased to hear from you if there is something specific. A few more questions coming through. Next one is, do I need to have a part-time job in order to do an apprenticeship?
I can pick that up. No, you don't need to have a part-time job. As my colleague Sanjay mentioned earlier, that if you don't have a job, we can help you to try and find a job. However, if the part-time job that you're doing and you would like to be trained in that to become an apprentice and qualify in that sector, then we'd be quite happy to have that conversation with your employer and to convert that into an apprenticeship.
Lovely, thank you, Harpal. Then the next question is, after completing another course at Uxbridge College, can I then go on to an apprenticeship?
Again, it depends on what subject you're doing. If you've already done a level 3, say business admin, then you probably wouldn't be able to do a business admin level 3 apprenticeship, but that doesn't stop you from looking at accounting, or any of the HR or any of the other framework standards that we offer.
And again, if you're doing a level 2 course at a college, you can then move on to potentially onto a level 3 apprenticeship. And if you've completed a level 3 course, as Harpal has said, there are some level 4 apprenticeships that you could look to go on. And again, we just say have a chat with us, and we can give a bit more specific help along that one.
Yeah.
Another question that's come up is there an apprenticeship for psychology?
There probably is, but we don't offer it. Now, what I would suggest is that if you go onto the government's website and find an apprenticeship, if there is one, that's where it will show up.
That's great. Thank you, Harpal. As you will have seen from the list that Candice showed us earlier, there are an awful lot of apprenticeship standards available, and obviously there are others around as well. So again, do talk to us, and we can help to point you in the right direction. In terms of another question that's come along is about an accounting course, and what jobs can you do for an accounting course?
I'm going to push that to Candice because that's her area of expertise. She's the account manager for that.
Yeah, so for accounting, it could be different sort of roles. You could even be an administrator doing a little bit of VAT returns, financial transactions. So those are the typical sort of job roles. Even if you don't really necessarily have to be in an accounts firm, you can actually work for a company and be part of either the accounts or finance team. So it really just depends on the type of duties that you would be doing. And we offer that at level 2 or level 3.
Thank you, Candice. Another question just about engineering in terms of if somebody's doing a level 2 engineering and they get a merit and hopefully maths and English at around 5 or 6, can they go on to an apprenticeship with that sort of entry requirement?
Yeah, I'll pick that one up.
Thanks, Barry.
Lucy. Yes, you can. If you're doing a level 2 engineering course, whether it's full-time or an apprenticeship, you can go on to do a level 3 engineering apprenticeship. Just depends which one you want to do, really, because we have around about 10 or 11 different apprenticeships in engineering, and that includes electronic engineering as well. Maintenance, manufacturing, etc., etc. So again, as Lucy said, you know, give us a ring on the numbers above, and we can have a more sort of intricate chat about that.
That's great, Barry. And I just picked up a supplementary question to that was of course was about the different fields and not being sure about which field. And as Barry has said, there are a lot of options within the engineering sector. So yeah, do get in touch with us and we can help you to look at the options and narrow that down.
Yeah.
Another question that's come through, somebody has an employer who's willing to give them a plumbing and apprenticeship, and how do they enroll? My first point would be, if you want to just drop your details into the chat box, I can then pass that over to the team, and we can get that sorted. We can get in touch with you and take that from there. Another plumbing question as well, is the plumbing course at level 2 and 3, and is it possible to get a work placement or an apprentice vacancy via the college?
Hi, it's Barry here. The plumbing course is a new standard, and it's called Plumbing and Domestic Heating level 3. There is no plumbing level 2 at apprenticeship level at this particular time. Sorry, what was the other question on that, Lucy?
It was just about the plumbing at level 2 and 3, and can you get a work placement via the college? But obviously, I think that would mean the actual job itself.
Yeah, I mean, we do get employers calling us. We go out to employers and ask if they're looking for apprenticeships, and then we have conversations with them. So yeah, there is obviously a good chance of somebody getting a plumbing apprenticeship.
Just on that one, Lucy, it's Matthew.
Thanks, Matthew.
We have literally just today advertised a plumbing vacancy. So please send us your details through the apprenticeships at HCUC email address, and we'll give you some more information about that vacancy.
Perfect, that's great. Just to say, our vacancies do go onto our website, so do check in, and you can see those as they come through. With apprenticeships, we get vacancies coming through all the time. It's not just September starts with that, so do have a look at the website. You can get more information. Thanks, Matthew. That's really helpful. Question about apprenticeships that relate to the field of medicine and dentistry. Do we have anything along those lines?
Hi, Harry DeSange, one of the business development consultants. I sort of oversee development for dental nursing. So the only sort of medicine apprenticeship that we offer is dental nursing at level 3. So paying a chairside support in a dental practice and supporting all areas of the dental division. So if you are interested in applying for a dental nursing apprenticeship, I'll suggest you pop your details on the chat box and we'll be in contact with you.
Perfect. Thank you, Harry. A question on one of the things I was going to mention as well is, do we help students create CVs, and also probably alongside that, do we help with interview skills as well?
I can come in there. Thank you. This is Alice Armson. I'm the apprenticeship coordinator. Hello, everybody. Regarding helping you along and supporting you with your apprenticeship application, we can't help you create CVs, but we can help you improve and update it. So if you create a basic CV from details that you can get from the website anywhere, or I can send you some details if you need some help with that, we'd be happy to do so. And then we do look at every CV that is sent over to us, and we suggest sort of improvements and what bits to add and how to embellish things so that the employer, will be able to pick up points very quickly looking at your CV. And sorry, what was the second question in terms of, other than the CV, what else?
Just in terms of interview skills, do we assist with interview skills as well?
Oh, interview skills, sorry, yes, interview skills, most definitely. Part of your application process is to go through an informal assessment or interview process, both with us and with the related course assessor. So we'll go over some, very sort of basic questions around why you want to do a particular type of a job, what skills you hold. We can help you with building answers around that. And even if before an interview with an actual employer, we feel that you would benefit from getting a little bit of help, we'd be very happy to do just a sort of a dry run, just do a practice interview with you and make sure that you can get the answers right. We also give you tips on how to prepare for the interview. So definitely there's all sorts of support available for you, whenever you need it.
That's great. Thank you, Alice, for that. Next question is, do I have to complete a level 2 course before doing a level 3?
Well, I can come into that again. Not necessarily. There are some sectors, such as, for instance, childcare, where there is a level 2 childcare apprenticeship. So if you do complete that, then we will then progress you on to a level 3. But there are some sectors such as engineering, dental, nursing, and so on, or even business admin lately, where there is no level 2. It starts off at level 3. So, we will help you with your application again to sort of make it stronger and making sure that, the employer takes notice of you, when you are applying.
Great.
So add to that, Lucy, is it depends on your starting point as well. So as Alice makes a really good point, there are not that many apprenticeships available at level 2, because most of due to the change of standards are at level 3 or high. But we would, depending on what you're interested in, so that's based on advice and guidance to you and what sort of English and maths that you're coming in with. And then that's where we would direct you to. And just making the point about CVs, Alice has said, we will support you to improve your CV. But if you haven't got one, then we can still give you guidelines on how to put a basic CV together and update it.
That's great. Thank you both for that. Still got questions coming through, so that's great. Do keep putting them into the chat box. We still do have some time available to answer those. The next one is about, do we have an apprenticeship on development design and product designer?
We don't.
Yes.
Oh, do we? Oh, sorry, Barry, you go.
Well, we've got design and draftsperson, which is a product development and design apprenticeship. That's at a level 3. We've got a couple of people on it this year. It's rather a niche apprenticeship because you've got to be in the sort of manufacturing industry to be able to do that. But yes, there is an apprenticeship in that particular area. And again, if you send the details in, we can send you the fact sheet about that particular apprenticeship.
And that's also, I believe that will be available online as well. So if you want to head to the website, the address is on the screen at the moment. Should be able to find those details on that as well. And again, if it's not quite what you're looking for, do give us a chat, because we're happy to help and give you some thoughts about other options that might be useful. Just while I give the team a moment, just to take a little rest, because we do have some more questions. Just a reminder that we will be posting this on our YouTube channel and also on our website, so you can watch this back and obviously get the information and take that take that in your own time as well. The next question, will I need to go to university afterwards, or do I just get the qualifications whilst doing the apprenticeship?
I can pick that up. It depends on your career goal, really. I mean, some of our engineering apprentices have achieved a level 3, and they then would have, the employers have sponsored them to do HNC, HND, and then some of them have gone to university, either part-time or full-time. It all depends on what your career goal is and where you want to be going forward.
That's great. Thank you, Harpal. And just in terms of supporting students who have any particular needs or learning needs or disabilities, do we offer places to students who might need some additional support?
Yes, we do. Obviously, if you've got an education and health care plan, we would want to see that. So we make sure that we customize the support that we provide you provide you. So that support could be within your vocational area. So when you're on day release doing the vocational element, or if you need to do your English and maths and you need that additional support, then we do provide that.
That's great. Thank you, Harpal. And I think just a follow-up point to the question, Barry, that you answered just about the project Design the Draftsman. It was about development engineer, and I think that's that framework standard you were talking about comes as part of the engineering portfolio. Is that correct?
Yes, it does.
Perfect. So again, if you do want to find more information about those variety of options within the engineering field, because there are a number of different options, then do head online, and as I said earlier, do give us a call. That's all of the questions. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining us today. Just a reminder, do get in touch if you would like to talk about anything more specifically and you need more details. One final question has just popped through, and that's which campus are the apprenticeships based on?
Okay, I can pick that up. We have 4 campuses because we are HCUC. So Uxbridge, we mainly have engineering, motor vehicle, electrical and plumbing. We over in Hayes, we've got early years, health and social care, dental nursing, business admin. Harrow on the Hill, we have business admin and accounting. So we've got accounting in Uxbridge and Harrow on the Hill as well. Thanks, Candice. And then Harrow Weald, we have plumbing, electrical and early years.
And again, obviously, a lot of what you're doing with your apprenticeship, you'll be based normally, usually 1 day a week on campus, and then obviously you'll be based in your workplace, continuing with your apprenticeship role and your apprenticeship job. I think that is everything. We don't have any other questions. As I said, do get in touch. And a reminder, we will post the recording on our website and our YouTube channel. So do check back. That should be available in the next couple of days or so. Just remain safe. Thank you for attending, and thank you very much to the team, all of you, for your inputs and answering all the questions that we had today. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thank you, Lucy.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.